My name is Shreya Brian from Payroll Professional, and welcome to part 2 of adding a new employee onto your system. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure to check it out. Step 1 of adding a new employee is from your main menu, click on the employee button. Step 2 is select Add New Employee. And step 3 is give your employee an employee code. Once you've reached this screen, if you look above the Employment Tax Incentive tab, you will notice a description for both asterisks. An orange asterisk represents mandatory fields, and a blue asterisk represents a mandatory for RP5 purposes fields. You will not be able to continue into the next tab until all mandatory fields have been populated. I have populated all mandatory fields and we're ready to continue onto the next page. Say for instance, you've populated a field but you haven't noticed that you missed out a mandatory record. If you click on continue, the system will prompt you to complete the incomplete mandatory fields, as well as give you a list of which field you need to complete. Continue. On the Statutory Details tab, I have selected Statutory Tables as the tax status for this employee. Note the different options on the drop-down. The same applies for UIF. For example, if this employee was only an independent contractor, we will flag him as such so that his tax calculates accordingly. I'm going to leave it back to UIF. And then we continue on to payment details. Say for instance, the employee gets paid through their account. You will select from 01 to 03. Note more mandatory fields have popped up while selecting this option. But just to keep it for example purposes, I'm changing it back to 01. Continue. The Analysis Details tab has no mandatory fields. However, say for instance you'd like to include the employee's job titles on their payslips. You would need to first set it up on the Analysis Details tab or link the employees to the relevant code, and thereafter edit your payslip setup to reflect job titles. So for example, if you click on the question mark, and if you have already loaded all of your codes on System Description Codes, select the relevant title for this employee and continue. Here we get to specify the amount of dependents this employee might have if they contribute for a medical aid scheme, as well as their start date, for example, sake on their provident or pension funds, etc. Continue. On this tab, we get to specify the tax on their car allowance. Is it 80%? Is it 20%? Once specified, click continue. Here we get to populate the ETI fields if the employee is eligible. And continue. Here we get to select the leave days entitlements for the employees. It is advisable to get a consultant to set up your leave if it hasn't already been set up for you. This will in turn save administrative processes each month, as the system will calculate accordingly and you would not have to individually edit each employee's leave screen. Continue. Here we get to link employees to any methods that might be relevant to them. Continue. And we call this screen the increase screen. Watch what happens when I populate working hours per month, monthly basic salary, and working hours per day. The annual basic salary, the rate per day, and the rate per hour were automatically calculated for us. I'm going to say continue. And it directs us straight to the payslip screen. Once you've arrived at this screen, you know that your employee has been successfully added onto the system. Click on Save. Cancel. Cancel. Let us know if this video has helped you when you choose to add an employee through the Add New Employee button. It is much more of a lengthy process than Quick Add, but the reason why it would be more helpful is because that there is a lot more data associated to the employee. You can always add or change some of the employee's details under the Change Employee option. So say for instance, I want to just quickly change our latest dummy employee from, let's say, married to divorced. The system will allow us to make those changes. Click on Save and Cancel, and all's in order. Let me know if this video helps you. Please pop all questions in the comment box below. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. Stay safe and have a great week ahead.